Okay, welcome everybody to another North American Derby here on YouTube. We are looking at episode 174 this time between Northernlion and Sinvicta. How are you doing today, Calamity?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing great. What do you think about this one? I think this is the last episode before NL has his baby. I think in the timeline he already has, but when he recorded the video, he hasn't yet. But
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one to finish off, considering they're currently drawing at the moment. So this will be a very important game for them to decide on who wins 2020, depending on if they do come back before the end of the year.
exactly, Sinvicta does come into this episode with a 2-win streak, very small, but for these two, that's quite an accomplishment. I did check their average scores, and they both have gained about 20 some points their overall score in the last few episodes, which is pretty good considering they're playing Diverse World.
Yeah, it is. I guess it always kind of depends on where you come from, if improving is that good or not. But yeah, the scores are looking good, looking very close as well.
Yeah, and as we take a look at that map profile, we notice that the average score in the map is 15,217. So both of these players ever inching above 20K is actually quite good.
Yeah, I guess the problem with that is you can't really take map scores that seriously, considering that people play maps different ways. A lot of people might play the map non-moving, a lot of them might just play without a time limit. Maybe it averages out over time, but take those with a grain of salt.
Yeah, true. But, it's always something to kind of set yourself against if you can beat the average score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as always, they're going to be on Diverse World, created by Mapper, the most popular map by the community in Geoguessr, with over 10,000 locations and over 20,000 likes. Really a great map to play. So I guess without further ado, actually, I don't have the video in the right place. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Let's just get on into it. There we go. Okay, right off the bat, we get a spin by both players.
My first impression, definitely a location that's somewhat related to the UK. It might not actually be the UK, like in terms of it might be Jersey or something like that. But that area, sort of.
Yeah, and NL being very quick to drop us in the south of England. Not a bad place to start.
Mm-hmm.
We won't expect Sinvicta to put down an early pin, as is usual. But
He's
sure,
seen a yellow license plate.
He's got a bus now. Lots of good info. Well, maybe some good information on it. Inverness. That's that's not bad. That should tell him Scotland, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Scotland.
Yes. So maybe they're actually further north than the south of England. But a good city name that should be recognizable for Sinvicta. Let's see if he does anything with it.
Doesn't look like he will at the moment. He might remember it for the future.
Possibly. So with the UK, what should they be looking for, Calamity?
One thing that's good, especially in Scotland, which I think they are in, is road numbers, because they're usually in a sort of order. They're not quite perfectly ordered, but decent enough so that you can check them up for them. Okay. Other than that, yeah, they see the sea, so obviously looking around the coast. I mean, at least NL does. I don't know if Sinvicta's seen it.
Yeah, NL is working his way up the coastline there.
And obviously big cities as usual. can never hurt to find.
They have a few small locations nearby that might help them, but nothing too large as of yet. But I don't believe either one of them will be fooled by the country. It's going to come down to if they're in the right part of the country.
Mm.
Oh,
No,
Northernlion moving us north. Yeah.
getting slightly closer.
Again, Sinvicta and LNL seem to naturally take opposite directions. Sinvicta going south and Northernlion moving north. It's just like they're in tune with each other. I'm going one way, you go this way, and we'll see who gets the sign first.
Yeah. Maybe some people just have a natural liking for one direction over the other. Maybe going with or against the direction the car is taken. Something like that.
I tend to just go the direction I see the most stuff in, if I see anything.
To be honest.
Yeah, but
I have heard from some people that you should generally, maybe not in populous countries, but in countries
welcome
like...
to Sutherland. Very nice tweenie with some Zitzel. Sinvicta is going to actually zoom into the map and put us in Scotland. See if he remembers that Inverness sign. Seems to know where that is. He's doing the little mouse wiggle.
Interesting.
And Northernlion also with a very nice sign of Dunbeath Heritage Center. Oh, there's Sutherland. I just saw it on Northernlion's map. It's quite far south if that's what it is. That's Sunderland, sorry.
That's Sunderland, yeah, that's in England.
Yeah. Trying to read little names zipping past. Oh, and they both guessed at almost the exact same time.
The time ran out, so that's why they guessed the same time.
Oh, okay. I didn't even look at the time that round. Northernlion with a score of 3,926. Unfortunately, not moving us far enough north. But Sinvicta with a very nice location, only 22 kilometers off, 4,940. Oh. So, Calamity, seems like NL was the one who didn't really use the information as well that time.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't think he had that much information as Sinvicta had. I didn't really see anything on his screen except, obviously, the sea, but there's a lot of sea around the UK that would have told him that he is in Scotland, other than maybe the landscape.
Yeah, true. That north trek didn't seem to pay off too much for him, I guess, on that round. Yeah, so let's get into round number 2. It seems like they don't spend too much time on these. So we won't.
To finish the point I was making before about which direction to go, it is advised in some countries, especially when you're on a dirt road somewhere, to go the direction the car came from. So you might go back to civilization.
Okay. So I got them both into this round. Sinvicta having a nice sign with about something national monument in English with a brown sign. If we're in America,
Wonderland of rock.
Yeah, if we're in America, the brown signs usually indicate national parks.
Okay.
That's a hint. You have something to look for. They tend to be kinds of things. I think they can be used for states as well, state parks sometimes. Public areas.
It definitely looks like they're in the southern part of the US, though.
It does. Southern part of the US, always the fun part. Wide open spaces. Invicta seeing the same sign as I-10, Northernlion with a great sign. The interstate system.
Oh, that's what that is.
Should give him a very nice clue as to where to go. Port of entry too, so maybe they are near the Mexican border.
I think he just went past a sort of state road sign.
Oh, he's found a map on a little points of interest sign. That'll help. Ooh, Sinvicta with it. Yeah, Sinvicta is taking a look at
Yeah,
that state sign now.
I think
He actually
that's what
moves
NL.
past it, but he does have two city names if he zooms back in. Nope, he's gonna zip right past it. um, yeah, so they have a state route number and they have a few cities close by, which should help them narrow
Mhm.
their search. They're smart enough.
They're
If I
actually at the exact
remember,
same place right now.
yes, they're following each other very closely. It should be a New Mexican state sign, if I'm not
Mm,
mistaken.
I think so as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, unlike the last round, they are following in each other's footsteps, seeing every sign at almost the same time. About a minute and a half left. Invicta a little bit ahead on the counter.
There's not a lot of signs around here, this area.
Hmm. And if we go under the 1 minute mark here, they should be maybe looking into the map to try to find what little information they do have.
I think NL found like a minute ago a sign with two cities on it that were like 20 and 40 kilometers away. So they might be findable if he's confident on the state.
I mean miles.
Oh, yeah. Well, true.
Because good old US does not use kilometer.
They're 20 and 40 units of measurement away.
Yeah, exactly. However far that is. He is in New Mexico, so he's not that far off. Unless he moves us. Again, Sinvicta going back to that road sign as well.
I think I actually spotted the city NL found on the map, like on a sign on his map, not too far away. So he should be pretty close.
Sinvicta, though, putting us in Arizona. And now looks to, with 4 seconds left, looks to pick up. There we go.
Move closer, yeah.
About 119 points on Sinvicta. Not much. They were right on the Arizona border. Yes, NL with a total of 4,828 points and Sinvicta 4,709. Yeah, not a whole lot to work with, but it didn't look like either player tried to even find the state route on that one. Calamity.
I mean, NL is, I think, on the right interstate at least, but it's true. He didn't. I mean, I think NL actually skipped past the state route sign, so he had nothing to look for, if I remember correctly. And Sinvicta was looking in the wrong state, so actually can't read it quite well. Is Sinvicta on the 80 right there where he guessed? The state route he guessed on?
I think he is. I can't even see it on my own screen. It does appear to be an 80.
Yeah,
But
so he
it's
did
in the
guess the
wrong
right.
state. Interesting. I didn't even notice that. We're kind of watching too many things at once. But he did find an 80 in the southwest of America. Unfortunately, the state, it might have even be the same road. I wonder if it loops. I wonder if it loops around down there near the border and works its way back up in New Mexico. But yeah, that's where that symbol on that number really comes into play. Is when the one road crosses state boundaries. Okay, with that, let's get into round number 3. Be pretty well synced up again. Yep.
Nice.
And here we go. Ooh. Like a Northern European country? Start us on round 5?
I would have said Eastern European.
Oh, well, Vilnius. Northernlion has a nice Vilnius sign. That puts us in Latvia. And Sinvicta, no. I don't know. Well, Sinvicta seems to be...
I think he's doing that out of protest.
Oh,
I don't really know why, but...
He's zooming in to California.
I'm pretty sure he knows this is not California.
one downside of turning off the commentary is we don't exactly know what they might
Mm,
be chatting about.
I mean, actually, that like a location like that should help Sinvicta, considering he's ahead, and there's not going to be many points between the two in this round.
True, yeah. When you get signs like this, you're not going to lose. If even if you do lose, you're not going to lose by many points. So his uh 900 or so odd point advantage is probably safe in this round. We are 18 kilometers away from Vilnius. We are in Latvia, and I believe they use kilometers.
Lithuania, but yes.
Lithuania, sorry. I know somebody from Vilnius.
Hmm.
Part of being an exchange student in Japan, you meet lots of other exchange students from all over the world. I had a girl in one of my language classes who was from Vilnius.
I think with the signs they do have currently, they should have enough information to just find the right place.
Sinvicta finally taking it seriously and moving us into the right part of the world.
He's trying the tri-state border between Latvia.
Northernlion's going to guess really early. Kind of had a lot of information and dabs. Dabs on a 4991, 4,991 point score. Only 3 kilometers off. Not bad. Let's see if Sinvicta takes advantage of having almost 2 minutes to play his own game here.
He must have not seen the sign for Vilnius.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of other cities, but maybe he just doesn't know where they are. No, he's in Latvia. He's going to guess in the wrong country. Ouch. Well, again, not too far off. Even with that, so his lead is cut by a third about, but still has a lead. Getting 4,640 points on that round. He'll be kind of kicking himself for once he sees Northernlion's score, for sure.
Definitely if it costs him later in the game.
So really, maybe Sinvicta just didn't see that sign. I was pretty positive they both did.
I think he didn't. I was watching his screen a lot, and I didn't see it on his. He definitely saw the same sign, but I think I was looking at it from the front and Sinvicta from the side.
Oh, that might have thrown him off a little bit. Okay, as I queue up round number 4, we'll see that, yes, Sinvicta still has about a 500 point lead or so. But it is getting cut down slowly but surely every round.
And this one looks very much like the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, definitely a chance for Northernlion to take the lead when there's so little information. Guesses can be more sporadic. Oh, he's got a really good sign right off the start.
That's
middle of nowhere, but a great sign.
There's only so many places in Europe that look like this. And, well, Spain is one of them.
Is it Spain?
Yeah, it's Spain. Alicante and Cartagena are Spanish towns.
Look at the numbers. Yeah, he was looking for a sec. He's looking in Italy, and Italy has SS as its small road designation, so he should know right away from that it's not Italy.
Yeah, Italy has SS and SP. I think SP is Strada Provinciale or something. I don't know what SS stands for.
Oh, he has moved over to Spain and has found the AP roads. Sinvicta with a good sign of Spanish there, so he should have at least a little bit of help. But I don't know if Sinvicta has seen enough to put him in Europe.
Yeah, I agree. There's nothing really, unless you look at the sun, probably.
Yes,
but
yes.
This part of Spain does look very much like something you'd find in South America. He's run into a dead end. That hurts.
That does hurt. While Northernlion is, getting into the nitty gritty here, looking for roads and city names. Sinvicta is desperately trying just to find anything, unfortunately.
Mm,
And I have about a minute and a half of Northernlion map scrolling and Sinvicta frantically clicking. Okay, he has moved onto the road that NL approached. He's getting
so
close, so that sign is not far away for him. As long as he in the right direction. Don't worry, you're not missing much on NL screen. He hasn't moved, still skimming the map.
he has found the right city though. He's seen Alicante.
There's AP7 right there. So, yep. He should have close to a 4-8 at least. Invicta on a main road now has got some smaller road number, CV940. But he
Those yellow
does know we're in Spain, which is a good guess, or maybe not.
CV I think is for Valencia. I'm not 100% sure. Those yellow road numbers are always indicating the state you're in Spain.
Northernlion has guessed with another dab to top it off. 4891. 40 kilometers off, a little bit too far north, but not bad. Sinvicta with 30 seconds left. We'll look to try to find something.
I'm not entirely sure what he's looking for.
Probably San Miguel, but
He's not going to find that.
I don't know if he's going to find it. Yeah, it's probably a very small city. Northernlion really getting lucky with that. Oh, he's put us really close. Almost out of just luck.
Yeah, he's a bit too far north, but not bad.
Yeah, not bad. 4,005 for Sinvicta, but that will eat away his entire lead and give Northernlion probably about a 200 points or so advantage, maybe even 300 points. We'll see when we get to the next round. Yeah, so Calamity just down to luck that round, pretty much, or
partly. You could know that this kind of desert-like looking area in Spain is in the south. That is something you could know, but other than that, yeah, basically just the luck of NL finding a sign with cities on it and the right road.
Yeah, and finding those big, I don't know what AP stands for, but like almost national roads rather than the smaller provincial roads really helps in that regard. He's able to find those much great. How do you say this? More zoomed out. There we go. Then Sinvicta would be able to find his road number. So okay, let's get into round number 5. Maybe another American guess. Oh, no,
yeah.
Canadian.
Canada, yeah.
Canadian. They both have seen the same intersection. Let's zoom in on NL. He's looking at that sign. See if NL knows his Canadian provincial signs. He has 108 and 144. They're both looking at the same. I wonder what province that's supposed to outline.
I was thinking New Brunswick, but I'm not sure.
Yes, it actually does look like New Brunswick, but now seems to think Quebec. It's always interesting when they put the shape of the state or province on the sign. It always is fun. I do zoom out and look for those general shapes in hopes of finding something.
Especially in the US. In Canada, there's not many that you have to look for, but
So
the US, there's quite a few.
NL has completed the comeback. He is up by about 300 something points into this final round, but still neck and neck between these two as always. They're both looking too far west.
Yeah, I think they're mainly looking there because they've seen French on the sign. But Quebec isn't the only province, state. What are Canadians using?
Province, I believe.
Okay. So Quebec isn't the only province that uses French.
Yes, anything that's official Canadian government will have both French and English. So if you're in, a very, far away from Quebec, but you see French on a sign, it's because it's probably a government of some level that's required to by law.
Mm.
Seeing only French is probably your best hint you're close to
Yeah.
dual
I'm kind
language.
of surprised. I'm kind of surprised that neither of them have been looking at state outlines or province outlines to try and match those up.
Yes, and it seems like NL, although he's on home turf, is not getting much of an advantage from this.
It's the complete opposite side of the country he's living in, so kind of understandable.
But he is from the Toronto area, right? He is from
Is he?
Toronto, Montreal area, I believe. So he's moved all the way across the country. So he used to live relatively close to this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've heard him say his town name a few times, and it was in playing Geoguessr, I spotted it, at least what I believe to be their town, outside of Toronto. In that area, right? And his best friend lives in Toronto, so staying a little closer to home. So that I think that's my estimate at least. Ooh, Sinvicta though has put us relatively close.
Yeah, he's now looking in New
Sorry,
Brunswick.
we're still on Northernlion, who hasn't. It's been basically 4 minutes of this map scrolling, so looking at one person versus the other, unfortunately, but they haven't done too much different. They haven't moved. And time will run out. And Sinvicta, only 59 points. 7 points.
57, yeah.
They're not enough to overturn, but he is closer. 4961 to 4904. They both end up putting us in New Brunswick at the last second, spending almost the entire 4 minutes browsing everywhere else in the country.
Somehow, I wonder what happened there at the end that both made them go for New Brunswick.
No, it just appeared almost as if it was just like process of elimination. If we backtrack a little bit. It looks like Sinvicta, just works his way around Quebec, follows the border. Oh, he finds the route number. He finds 108, I believe.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then NL is the same. He finds 108. So their map searching does come to fruition at the very end, giving them a last minute reprieve right there. They almost were on the other wrong end of the country. But a bit of that replay, we noticed they both do find that road number to save them. Yeah, so Sinvicta holding the lead throughout the almost entire match, but in round 4, a big swing in favor of NL that Sinvicta just can't pull back in round 5.
I think still though that Sinvicta is going to be kicking himself most about the Lithuania round.
Indeed.
Where he didn't find the Vilnius sign yet again and lost. I think he lost about 350 points or so. And I think that was enough. If you let the video play a bit further, we can look at the final scores.
True. About that.
So you can see how much.
Sometimes they don't go to the screen. So Northernlion definitely basking. We watched his cam, basking in the fact that he is going on the hiatus with a win over Sinvicta. Lots of dabs throughout the video, and a little bit of the brushing off of the shoulders as he leans back in the chair as he takes in the final score.
Yeah, it was Vilnius. If Sinvicta had found Vilnius and just guessed in the city, he probably would have gained about 300 points on what he had currently, and that would have been enough to give him the win. But he
Indeed.
didn't want to spend another 1.5 minutes looking for it, so that's what he gets.
Sinvicta, even though you might feel like you're wasting his time, use every second you're given. I don't think you'd ever see a sports team be like, nah, we got 2 minutes left. Why don't we just call it now?
I mean, you kind of do if you think about Formula One qualifying sessions, where people are like, that's going to be enough and don't go out for another run.
They just retire the car. I didn't know that. I thought they... Okay.
No, they don't retire it. But if you're in a qualifying session in Formula One, you know that you only need to pass a certain threshold of people in the first qualifying session and the second one. So if they think their time is good enough, they just will do one run and then won't go out again to save tires.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Well, I was thinking of like, football, basketball, hockey.
Generally not something you should do.
Yeah. I know time wasting is good, but in certain sports, but not just giving up time. Yeah. So NL will take a 1-game lead into the paternity break, and enjoy that and enjoy fatherhood. NL, we'll see you when you get back, and we'll see all of you next time. Take care.
Bye.